Sam here. So we're into part four of our data agents build. So sorry, I haven't gone live that much this week because I have just been so damn busy with other things. So many things going on at the moment. But really want to just keep this up. I really want to just keep showcasing it, showcasing what's possible now. I mean, we've got a long way to go. Like there's no, I mean, we're only, I think, about 5 hours in or something. If you were to add up all the time we've spent on it so far. I haven't done anything sort of outside these live calls as well. So look, we've got a long way to go. I mean, I've said many times over the past few months, like if you want to build something meaningful, you're probably looking in the 20 to 30 hour mark, like on average, in terms of just building, that's something meaningful, right? I mean, you can build like simple prototypes in a few hours, but we're building something quite intense, right? So that is just reality, and that's fine. Good things and really impressive things take time, and that is certainly the way with this new era of building applications as well. Now, the one thing that I've changed, I think, in the last week is I don't like calling it vibe coding anymore, because what I've realized is that I actually like just calling it agentic coding or agentic development. That is what it feels like now, because I have learned that getting very specific with what you're asking the AIs to do, and they're getting better too. You're directing. You're really using agents in all seriousness to actually get things done. So that's what I'm going to probably call it now. I think vibe coding is a great place to start. Like that probably gets you 1 or 2 hours in, and then after that, you're agentic coding. You need to be far more precise in what you're asking. So that's really where I'm at the moment. Okay, let's get into it. Let's get into it. I'll just extend this out a bit. Takes up more of the screen. Okay, cool. Okay, let's just go through what we've done. Okay, so I'm just still in Lovable here. I really like Lovable as just an initial prototyping platform. I do think we might move to Windsurf, like a proper IDE shortly, because I've been having some really good experiences in there lately, just getting stuff done. Sometimes you feel like you're really winning when you're using these AIs, but other times you honestly don't. So whenever I get to a place where I feel like I'm winning with the current AI or setup I have, or the platform I'm using, I usually sort of like sticking to it. Okay, so we've got a nice sign in here, but this is all just prototype, right? Just nothing that fancy at the moment. We can upgrade this UI later on. Okay, like why I don't like doing UI like experience upgrades too early is because you just don't know how your app will take shape. So you got to sort of just build the core functionality first, and then you can always go back and like AIs are very good at user experiences now, and you can go and adjust those later on. Okay, transform your data agents. Okay, upload a CSV. So let's just give this a whirl. No, I don't want to do that one. Okay, we'll give this one a go. Okay, so it does a bit of analysis first, and then we go update file. Okay, so the file's updated. I'll show you where it actually goes. So we actually have a database. You need to have your database sorted out. I haven't looked at this database for about a week, so I'll just jump back in myself. So I've been using Supabase here. So where are we? Was it data stream? No, data agents. Here we go. Okay, so Supabase is incredibly easy to get going place to build databases. Okay, so see here, consumer product demand. This was the one that I just did. Okay, and it's gonna give me a few categories, etc. Okay, and then there is also the storage part, so data sets. So what is actually happening is we have these data sets going in here. So this is the consumer product demand. Okay, so it's in here, and we can call this later on. That's why it's really, really important, and that's why all this information is really important, because this is how we're going to go and retrieve that information later on if we need it. Okay, well, we will need it. We will need it. Okay, so then I want to go process data here. Is that actually working? I'm not sure. Okay, let's just go here. Doesn't seem like it's working. Okay, consumer product demand. If I click on this, okay, so I get an overview of it. So we've built this, right? So this is all stuff that we've built. So we're like being historic, like doing a lot of data work. You got to build your foundations well, right? And yes, this is just one CSV file, but we'll get to a point where we might have multiple CSV files, and we need to create sort of a model. I don't think we need to do it exactly like maybe how you did historically, but okay. So run analysis. Okay, so we've got this running through an AI model. I can show you what that actually is and how we do that. Oh, okay, data source evaluation, run analysis. So there's a few little things I need to tidy up here for sure. Okay, so we did quite a lot of work on this last time in part 3, I believe. What did I actually... Yeah, this is part 4, yeah. Okay, so in part 3. And so you see here that what we did was we run it through an AI model, and we say, at the moment, we just say, okay, find 5 different pieces of analysis that we can create. Okay, so these are the ones that it comes up with, okay? And then the idea at this point is we're not going to get the AI to do the analysis. We're going to get the AI to write the code to do the analysis, or to create sort of the visualizations for us, to at least segment the data for us, okay? And so then we have generate SQL. And now it's running through these 5 sections. And then what we want to do is we want to, okay, it's got some updating here, which is quite cool. We're going to use GitHub a bit more today as well. GitHub is so key. It's so key for this. Okay, so now what's happened is we have SQL code, okay? So we need to, this is kind of where we got up to last time. This is where we need to just get really thoughtful about, okay, not only do we want this code, but we've got to run it. We've got to get it run as well, okay? So SQL to analyze patterns in order demand, okay, select, okay, performance and category performance, yep, price analysis, yep, warehouse and location analysis. Okay, and then the idea is that we want to go visualize results, and then we go run these pieces of analysis against our actual data. And then we try to get segments of our data that we turn into visualizations. That's kind of the idea. This is not done yet. I think we may have just started. We tried to start, and then there was errors, and then we rounded off the last session. Okay, so this is the next step. This is the next part for us. Certainly, I would say, I'm guessing it's probably the hardest part. Like, I actually do not even know how to solve this at this point. I'm going to have to really work hard with the AI to solve it. So that's what we're going to spend a lot of time doing today. Now, let's just do a quick review of data agents here. Okay, so this is currently in my GitHub repo, right? So Lovable connects directly to GitHub, which is really awesome, honestly. It just makes a lot of hard stuff far easier, far easier. Okay, so I just want to show you one other thing. I just remembered. Okay, so edge functions are a really brilliant way to break out a lot of your API calls. Okay, so you'll see here, if I go data analysis and I go to the logs, so you'll see here that this ran a few minutes ago. Yeah, 4 minutes ago. And this is me calling the AI, in this case, the OpenAI GPT-4o model. I'm just using the simplest model for now. We can change to a much better model. We can change to whatever model we have in OpenRouter. We can actually change it to, and maybe we probably should, honestly. Anyway, we can come back to that. Generate SQL. This would have just happened as well. Did it or did it not? Interesting. Saying. Not saying that it was actually done. So that's something I need to, oh no, here we go. Something did happen. Something did happen. It just didn't seem to come up in the logs, which is a bit weird. Okay. Also, this is a really good thing for security as well, is putting all of your API keys in a platform where you run the code so that it's not in your local code files. My dev team just is on me about this all the time. Makes a big difference. Okay. Cool. Now I want to show you one other thing. So this tool, this is our tool here, no code. Okay. I want to show you no code. I want to show you what we can do. If we're just getting back to something that we haven't touched for a while, this is what we can do. Okay, so there should only be one main branch. So eDNA data agents. This is what we're building. This is what we're building in Lovable. And so if we're unsure how it's all been built, so we can do some analysis in here. So this just gives us an initial diagram, but we can also run through all of the different folders that we've got, all of the different pages, all of the different hooks and functionality there. It also has our Supabase code here locally, but remember Supabase also, you post it to their servers as well. So you just sort of replicate what you've got here into there. Lovable does all that for you, by the way. But if we move to an IDE, it doesn't. So we need to be really smart about how we manage Supabase from our IDE, like Windsurf or Cursor. Okay, so if I just expand, I'm just going to expand this a little bit. So, okay, so let's just have a quick look, high level. Okay, so there are edge functions. Just trying to think where should we start? Okay, so app start here. Okay, none of these on the left-hand side, the far left-hand side really matter to us that much, but all this stuff does. So the app, okay, so this feeds all of the pages, right? All of the key pages. So you see here pages, and then pages have a lot of components linked to them. Okay, so that kind of stuff, I see the patterns quite quickly. So you have pages, you have components within your pages. That's your UI, that's your front end, and then we have services. So these are sort of workers. These are mini workers within the app. Like a user does something. Okay, what do we what service do we run off the back of that? And it sort of hooks us. Where are our hooks? Have we got any hooks? Doesn't look like we have too many hooks at this point. Okay, so we don't have too many hooks at this point. I think that's right, actually, when I come and have a look in here. So when I go hooks, yeah, we don't actually have that many at the moment, but they will come. They will come. Okay, so another thing that we can do, okay, so I'll just show you this. Okay, so what we can do is we can select a whole range of these files, okay? So I don't need that. Okay, prompt list page, yeah. So data sets. Okay, so I'm just going to select a lot of these. Okay, and what we do is we aggregate up all these files into one. So you see down this left-hand, the right-hand side here, files. So what I can do is I can talk to this chat area here, and I can say, okay, what I need to do now is we're creating SQL from the data analysis we need to do, but now I need to actually run that SQL within the front end. Any ideas of how we can do that? And we can just click around files until we find the right ones, like it should tell us. We've got the best model hooked in here. So your code has already implements this by calling the execute SQL query function. Okay, so this is one of the services. Okay, so one of our services here. So we've got a lot of services here. Okay, cool. So SQL generation is probably in this one. Okay. SQL execution service. Okay, let's just click on this. In the visualization page, have you got visualization selected? Yep, we do. See, visualization page is in here. Yep, okay, cool. This function likely sends the SQL dataset ID and file storage to a backend service or API endpoint. Okay. Okay, I'm getting a lot of errors when I actually do this. What could be going wrong? I'll give you one error here to review. So I like to do like this is where, I've realized like vibe coding just does not help me here. It does not help me. It actually hinders me. This is where I really need to truly know what is going on. And that's where the real power is. And that's why we built this, and that's why I use it all the time. So the error message strongly suggests that the SQL query string being executed still contains markdown. Okay, maybe that's just the issue. Expects a plain SQL string. Okay, not one wrapped in markdown. Okay, well that's not too bad a fix actually. The SQL queries are generated presumably by an AI base. Okay, it might include markdown. Okay, so if we come back and we have a look here, it's just saying, yes, you see it's got this stuff like markdown. Okay, so that's something we can fix. What if okay, let's just go in here. Okay, can you please adjust the, can you please do the below? So sometimes I actually get the AIs to talk to the AIs, honestly. That is pretty powerful sometimes. A lot of the time, actually. Like, because this is, so what, I think we have 2.5. Yeah, we have 2.5 Flash by default in here. So that's one of the best and fastest models available. So you're not sort of waiting around. We could have actually copied this in as well if we wanted to. But you can kind of use no code and to sort of go back and forth with the AI model, because this is connected to GitHub as well. So you can go refresh like this, and it will automatically sync with any changes that you're making here as well. Okay. Okay, so it's saying it's done it for us. So let's give this a whirl, eh? Maybe we'll try and improve the look of things a little bit. See how we go. I wonder, do I need to always go through that? Okay, maybe we'll give it a whirl. The reality is we need to truly know what's happening out. Look, there's just no getting around it. Anyone that tells you different is kidding themselves at this point. Yes, I think the things will get better, but at this point, that is reality, right? Just want to see, are we saving this analysis sequence? So we should be saving all of the SQL code one after the other, yeah, within here, right? I don't know why it's doing 4.0. This is why I need to double check why that's occurring, because 4.0 is not a great model. not a great model for this. So let's also dig into that. Data analysis. So this is where we can go into the code. So weird that it's defaulting to for yeah. It's also, even though I'm saying use Flash. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to clear all this, and I'm going to say, I'm actually going to ask it. So also, why is the model always defaulting to GPT-4o? I really want to use Google Gemini 2.5 Flash, which I believe is in the Superbase Edge functions. So what's going on in the code here to make this happen? Okay, let's look at the model selection. Why does it default to 4.0? Do we actually have prompts? Let's go have a look. If you want to jump in and let me know discuss anything, let me know. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, can you just give me some specifics around how we can fix this? Just detail it for me. Don't go over the top. Just tell me how we could change this so that it doesn't happen and it actually takes the model that I actually want. Seems like these numbers are jumping all the time, so that's good. Getting some more of you are engaged in what we're doing, which is great. If you have any feedback, just get in touch. Shout out now. Happy to go through it. Okay. There are two ways. Update the prompt in the database. Recommended. Okay, so it's saying to do that. Modify the front end. Okay, I'm just going to put this into Lovable here. Can we now please have a look at this here to make sure they're actually using the Gemini Flash preview model like I want? Can we please just make it happen? You choose the best solution and just do it. Okay, visualize results. Okay, it's still. Yeah, I don't know why. Still not actually working. Okay, we'll have to go back and fix that. But let's just try and fix this first. I don't understand why you feel you need to showcase this on the front end. I don't want to showcase it on the front end. I just want it to actually run in the background. Tell me how we're going to get it to run in the background with this model. And change back. I don't want any of this visible on the front end. we've got to come back to this as well because this didn't actually work. What I want to do, actually, I think we need to get this SQL sorted before it actually reaches the database. That's what I think. Like you see here that everything is in that format here, but what we need to do is fix that before it actually gets there. Okay. In the data visualization part of the application, can we also add the navigation bar so it's easy to navigate around? One of my philosophies on this agentic coding is I always try to make progress. That's the one thing. Like you can spend so much time just thinking through every little thing about what the AI might do on the next turn, but I just try and make progress. Even when the AI is getting caught in loops and is being stupid, I just like pivot to the next feature and then come back to it. And then usually that has worked well for me. Can we just make sure that the navigation actually appears across every single page? And it just should be default. It should be everywhere. And the navigation should be on every single page. I actually prefer side navigations now. Actually, like that is one of the things that I've learned over time. Side navigations are actually much better. So we might even change that. Why not? One of the things you can do as well, like if you're a bit lost as to where things are at in your application, right? So I like to clear things off, and what you can do is we have this architecture page, right? So you can say select your SRC, right? That's quite a lot, honestly. So we probably don't want to do that, but you want to break it down by sections. Okay, so we've got pages. Okay, a lot of pages. Okay, let's go hooks here. It's not as many. Okay, we can then do a code base deep dive, so it can actually just work through and tell us what each of these does, and then we can dive deeper. We can sort of really explore the individual code base. So these use mobile and use Toast sort of, they're just to help us make sure that everything is fine on a mobile device, and then Toast are those pop-ups that come all the time. Use dataset preview. Okay, so contains a custom hook that manages the preview functionality for datasets. Okay, yeah. Okay. I think services is probably, so services is key. So collapse all. And I might create a diagram as well and see how, because these are all, it's really interesting, like how we've created a lot of services here. This is a little bit different to what Lovable has done in the past for me. AI formatting service, AI service, analyze service. Okay, so it takes a little while. We just constantly run it through different AI models to just go deeper and deeper and deeper into every aspect of the application. So this is how you deeply understand. This is my goal at all times. If I'm diving into something, I want to deeply understand it. Sometimes that's hard if you're working on multiple things like I am at the moment, and you need to come back later after a while to actually understand what you did last week. But this can also really help with that, right? A lot of applications in large organizations, right, or in any organization that you've sort of custom built your own stuff. There's a lot of legacy stuff in there, right? Like tons. And so this is also really helpful in that regard as well. Okay, so I'm going to just expand this. Okay, so let's have a look in here. Okay, so yeah, so these are the sort of main ones up the top here. Analysis service. Okay. AI formatting service. Yeah, okay, so this is maybe where we want to, okay, yeah. So yeah, okay, so I like that. So I'm just going to go here. I'm going to say, so we're generating some SQL code, but when we generate it initially, before even we put it into the database, I want it to be completely clean of markdown formatting. Can we please work out how to do that and advise exactly how we can make that happen? Okay, let's just be really specific. It does, I'm telling you, it does help being super specific when you're talking to Lovable. Okay, can we please do this now? Okay, so I'm just giving it. Okay, let's just see. Okay, wow, that was actually a lot quicker than what this has been in the past. Maybe something has changed. Our the SQL cleaning functionality. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's do this one now. Okay, let's just do another one. Analyze data set, data source evaluation. Why I've got a drop down there is because we might have lots of different types of analysis we might want to do, right? So I'm trying to build it in quite a modular way. Okay, so now that we changed to a different model, we're getting different formatting. So this is always a bit of a challenge. Okay, let's just see what happens when we generate SQL. No, it's still not doing it, is it? Well, maybe it is. It's just these things here. Maybe it actually is. No, I don't think it is. Anyway, let's just have a look here. Yeah, interesting. Okay, well, we got something, so that's good. Okay, so we're getting some progress here, but it's still not great, right? We need it to be more specific. It's getting too confused. Initially, I think it's getting too confused. So if we need to go back and we need to see, it's just trying to do too much. It's trying to do way too much. What I want it to do is I want it to grab one piece of analysis, and that's all I want it to do. I want it to run that specific piece of analysis, right? And so at the moment, I just think that it's getting way too complicated for it. So the other thing I want to do, so yeah, that's not actually coming up as well. What I'm finding is that when I run some analysis on a particular data set, I'm having to rerun the analysis constantly. Is there a way that, yes, we have data sets, but we also kind of need like a page that shows what analysis we have already run so that we click on maybe looking at our data sets, but also we can just have a look at the analysis that has been done each time so that we don't have to redo the analysis every single time we want to look at a particular file. Like maybe we can just click to an analysis page and see every single individual thing that we've done with the AI models. So can we please look at setting that up? I mean, what do you all think? What do you all think? I mean, there's quite a few from X on here, which is cool. Any thoughts? Any ideas? I might actually log into X and just see. I'm keen to collaborate a little bit more, honestly. Even, I mean, if anyone wants to join in as well and walk through what they're doing, I'm all for it. I would really encourage it, actually. I think that Lovable upgraded their model to Claude 4.0. So you would expect it to be better. You would expect it to be better. I don't know if it is because I haven't been using it extensively, but you would expect it to certainly be better. In our live stream platform, we can actually bring anyone into the call, by the way. So please join in if you want. Yeah, I actually need to log into X to actually post comments. Okay, so let's have a look. I understand you want a dedicated page to the history. Yep. To create an analysis history page. Perfect. Like analysis history. Okay, it's still not working. Okay, here we go. Okay, this is good. Okay, so it grabbed it from our database because Lovable can talk to it. New features. Analysis history page. Shows all your completed analysis, navigation links, edit analysis history, filter by all, completed fail. Interesting. Okay, yep. No more rerunning. Okay, yep. Okay, so view. Okay, that's good. Okay, good. Okay, a couple of things. Can we just turn it to, like, instead of analysis history in the navigation, can we just, or to the feature, can we just call it analysis, particularly in the navigation? Also, is there a way, like now that we're using the Gemini API, the formatting seems to have changed and we're not getting a clean format in our output. I mean, I'll give you some imagery of what it looks like, and we need to somehow just manage different outputs from different LLMs. Okay, so it's just going to rewrite the AI formatting service. So this is all right, but I hate the Google Gemini has all these like stars and stuff. It's just weird, and no good paragraphs and things like that. I think we need to relook at the prompt as well, like this prompt, right? So let's go to the, just have a look at our edge functions here. So data analysis, code. Okay, what is the actual prompt that we are sending? Maybe it's actually feeding in. I'll ask Lovable. I'll ask Lovable. Okay. Okay, that's better. Okay, the formatting is still not great, honestly. Like if you have a look at the images again, it's still not that great. So we're still got to keep working on that. Also, can you please tell me when we run the analysis, what actual prompt are we doing? Like in the data analysis edge function, what's give me the specific prompt that we're actually using, because I think we might need to adjust it a bit. Okay, so this is what it's saying. So system message, data analysis format. You're an experienced data analyst specializing in exposure. Important formatting instructions. Structure your response. Each numbered section must have a clear heading. Keep sections focused. Okay, we don't need this. We do not need this. Okay, we need to adjust this slightly. We definitely don't need include visualizations, descriptions, and sections where appropriate. We need to be more refined here. We only want one single response per number of what analysis could be done. Okay, so we're just trying to get an idea of what piece of analysis could be done on that data set. That's all we need. Okay, I don't even think we need tables or lists or anything like that. Maybe for section headings is fine. It's just, I think we're being too detailed in the responses here from the AI. I just want it to be super clear. We only need one, every numbered part of the numbered list needs to be one piece of analysis, and that's it. Okay, yeah, that's actually working. We'll come back to that. So you've got data sets, you've got analysis, you've got models, you've got prompts. So super modular. We want to continue to try to be as modular as we can. You want to simplify the analysis output to be much more concise, just numbered sections, single analysis points, no tables, lists. Let me update both the system message and default prompt. It's so weird how it's in the formatter, isn't it? The formatter, I mean, it's just not right. But anyway, data analysis, shared, formatter. Kind of bizarre, honestly. We'll clear this. And we'll go to files. Create a default prompt. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit ridiculous being in here. But anyway, well, we can fix all these things later. Right? I'm just not too worried. I want to just get to a working prototype and then we can fix it. Analyze the data set. Yeah, okay. No, I think it's made it worse, honestly. try. We'll give it a try, eh? Okay, I do like what you've done, but now look at the image here for what it now looks like. It doesn't set it out well. We also should have a little bit of a description about each different piece of analysis, just maybe how we should go about analyzing it. It doesn't need to be long, so we need to fix a few things up here. Also, there should have been more analysis points if I look at the particular prompt here. So I'm not sure what's happened there. I think it's probably in how we've pushed it to the front end that needs to be reviewed. That's because this formatting was how I was actually showing it on the screen. So I just put them together, but I don't think we really need to do that. We'll see. Okay, I'm going to run it again and we'll see. Something is clearly not right in how we are now formatting this into the front end, right? Like we're not each key point is not in its own section, and there is no details about each point around how we're going to actually run that analysis. I do like the analysis points that we've created. I think they're all valid and very good, but we need to make sure that it's formatted correctly and all in the right sections and locations within this page. We can't really continue until you fix this. Okay, let's see if the AI can just figure this out and then we'll move on. This is just, we spend a lot of time, a lot of time. And also I would say is why I've gone to windsurf a lot more in recent times, mainly because I can just control a little bit more about what's being done. But I do want to build out a little bit more functionality here before we do that. That's just my feeling at this point. You're absolutely right. Look at the image. I can see the formatting's completely broken. Also, the other big reason is that with Lovable, you can't actually select your AI model. And I am loving Gemini Pro 2.5 at the moment. It's just an incredible model. And I don't think that they have that actually in here. Yes, this freaking thing. I just can't figure it out. Oh, God. Okay, at least we've got this better now. Yeah. Can you please try one more time? Think very deeply about what you're doing, right? Like you're not separating out these analysis points into separate cards on the page. You're embedding 2, 4, and 6 into 1, 3, and 5's card. It just doesn't look right. You need to separate them out correctly. You're not dividing the output that we're getting from the AI model like you used to. Something's clearly wrong here. You probably need to look at maybe some other files and figure out how you can do that. Okay, so it's actually sort of coming out here and telling us. Okay. Okay. This is okay, visualized results, let's just say. Aha, yes, yes. Okay, is this what we want then? Okay, this is looking promising. Okay, so something's wrong here. Okay, so it's dreamed up some stuff. Okay, I think I dreamed that up. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so a lot of trial and error here. I do have a feeling that it was dreaming up some stuff there. Okay, let's go back to analysis. View. Much better. Much better. Okay. Good. Okay. Can you give me the exact SQL code that we are retrieving or that we're creating? I need the exact SQL code prompt that we are using. Can you please find and tell me what that is? So I presume it's here. So generate SQL. Okay, yeah, it's right here. Focus only on retrieving and analyzing existing data. Yep. And we're only grabbing the preview. Please generate a SQL query. Okay, I don't want any comments. No comments. Okay, without any markdown. Okay, yep. Okay, so we want to okay, I want to adjust this a little bit, maybe simplify it. I do not want any comments added to the SQL. I also want to make sure that we eliminate any markdown formatting and I don't want any comments, no comments, nothing, just pure SQL code. That's all I want for whatever that insight is. Can we please adjust? Okay, so let's just do a sense check here of what we've actually done. So time series analysis temperature, analyze the trend in seasonality. This could involve plotting temperature against date, calculating moving averages. Okay. Time series, yep. Okay. Okay, analysis. View. Okay, let's go generate SQL then. Let's see if it actually listens to this latest prompt. Oh, this is looking far more promising. Okay, so date, temperature, average temperature, order by date, rows. Okay. Another thing, okay, so we can copy this. Okay, just as a bit of a sense check as well. I sometimes like going to Mentor here. Okay, and okay, let's just go Code Visualizer. Okay, so explain the code. Okay, so this is if we want detailed explanation, we can get it. So the following statement computes 7-day and 30-day moving averages of temperature. Okay, good. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, so time series analysis. Okay, so this is just finding. Okay, the good thing I like is that it's definitely referencing the right table. Okay, good correlation. Okay, so this is looking way more positive. Way more positive. Extreme value. Okay, let's just have a look at this one. Thread, yes. Okay, let's just have a look, understand what this one is doing. The provided SQL query identifies 4 extreme values, the highest and the lowest temperatures, and the highest and lowest precipitation values. Each result is labeled with a descriptive text and then combined into a single result set. The final output is ordered by the descriptive label extreme type. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, so look, this is looking way better, right? Like it's referencing only the, okay, so relationship between temperature and precipitation. Okay, date temperatures from, not sure this really actually does much, does it? Let's have a look. Specifies the columns, ordered by. Okay, so it's only doing specific dates. Okay. Okay, let's run this. Okay, so visualize results. Okay, let's just see. No, okay. God, what is going on? Okay, let's just see this thing and figure it out. Can you please tell me what is going on here? We've got a simple SQL statement and we've got our data that we want to put it against. So why is this so difficult? Question here. So what's its comms disruptions? Sorry, can you just be a bit more specific around what that means? I'm not sure. Is there something wrong with the video feed or the sounds? The issue is that the SQL query is using advanced window function syntax, and that doesn't support the generate SQL is. Okay. Okay, so what, we're going back here. Okay, so well, let's do it again. Eh? We'll go once again. Okay, and then we go generate SQL. Okay, let's just visualize now. See if this actually. Okay, time series. Okay, so this is really doing nothing other than ordering it by date, which I think the original data set was. Okay, so the next. Okay, we're going to see if these other ones actually do anything. Yeah. Okay, so that's a null. Why? Okay. Can you explain to me why we'd be getting null here? I mean, this seems like a pretty simple calculation, based on the data set. Are we 100% sure that the actual data set is being fed into the analysis here? That's what I need to truly understand. Yeah, like this looks very simple to me. Okay, now it's not even working. Okay. No, I'm pretty sure that. Yes, we need to understand more, and we need to get this fixed. I'm pretty confident the name of the table is correct. So something else very weird is going on. If you have a look at the image, this is the actual name in the database. But are we sure we're getting it from storage? Are we sure that we're grabbing the data from storage and then running the SQL against that? Yep, this is certainly the hardest part. I'll admit that. Definitely. Yeah, I don't think it's being loaded from storage. This is the core thing we need to fix. Analysis history. Is this actually making it into the database? Okay, that's good. It's making it in here. Yeah, that's good. Okay. On-time performance by routes. Yep. Okay, I like it. I like it. So I think clearly the issue here is that the data is not being loaded, and then it's so because the SQL we're running is not hard. It's got to be that the data is not being loaded properly. So I need to understand this more. LS SQL. Okay, so that all looks good to me. Let's get query up. Okay, let's just try and get over the hump here, and then I might round off because this will really set us up for next time. I wonder if we're getting actual logs in here as well. So I'll go to Edge Functions, generate SQL, logs. Yeah, weird, very weird, not showing there. Okay, we're certainly doing stuff. Okay, I'm still getting errors like this. If you can look in the, you have a look in the image. So something is just clearly wrong. Can you please have a look in the console logs and try to fix this as quickly as we possibly can? I don't believe this should be very difficult. And if I look at the SQL query in these, they look fine. They look like they are absolutely correct. So we need to be a bit clearer on what the possible issue is. Like, okay, look here. Conditions. Yeah, so we need to understand more what the problem is. How we're cleaning SQL, for example. Okay. So the engine generally intakes data history to give a wavelength accuracy of outgoing forecasts. We listen to common weather feedback concepts. It feels cold. So this is just dummy data. Okay, so I don't have anything specific. I'm just purely working on trying to get this data agents working, right? Like the whole goal of this tool that we're building is we want to try and automate the vast majority of data analysis. Like it truly can be done now with the new AI models that have come out and the ability to build your own applications, right? And so this is how I'm going to showcase. I'm actually going to show you how you can do it. I'm figuring a lot of this stuff out myself, by the way. I don't actually know how to do a lot of this stuff. I'm just learning as I go, and I'm live streaming it as I'm doing it. So that's mainly what I'm focused on right now. Okay. Okay, so let's try again. Let's try again here. Eh? Oh, fuck's sake. Okay, let's run these again. Lose regenerate all. Let's go. What the hell is going on? The problem with the console logs here is that it doesn't actually work in this environment. Well, maybe it does, I don't know. Hold on, let's have a look. Okay, these are the errors that I'm seeing in the console log. I'm not sure if they're all entirely relevant. You'll have to tell me, but I'm still getting exactly the same error. So please dig a little bit deeper. Really think deeply about the problem here. I don't think any of this should be that hard. If we are bringing in the correct data source and running the SQL and then using the correct library to actually run it, this should not be difficult. So we need to figure out a way to get this fixed quickly. Okay, looking at the concept, the problem is that LS SQL is failing to pass even the basic count function. The error message shows, okay, this indicates it's not working like a valid function. Okay. Okay, well, hopefully you can figure this out. Okay, I'm gonna just pause here shortly and move on if we can't figure this out, and I'll maybe just figure it out on my own time so we can spend next time doing some better stuff. I mean, a count function? Come on, this is pretty standard SQL. Build unsuccessful. So, So this is what we truly need to solve for next time, okay? So, and maybe I'll do it on my own time as well. We need to really, really drill down into this because this is just core functionality, right? Like, okay, so we've got this, which is great. We could ramp this up to 20 pieces of analysis potentially, okay? This, I think, is starting to work like very smoothly as well. The best models know this stuff just easily. And then the next thing we need to do is, guys, we need to get these visualizations going, right? Like we need to have a way to run this analysis and then ask the AI model to actually, from the data that it's given, create some sort of visualization. And then we're there. Then I think we've built the core. We've built a lot of the core stuff. And then it's about, okay, how do we present it? How do we actually present it in unique ways? Properly typing, okay. Okay, let's give this one more go. Get a refresh here. Okay, we'll just do this one more time. One more time, and then I'll wrap up for today, and we'll keep going another time. Okay, I think I'll pass on trying to fix this right now, but I bet you if I put it to a better model, but I need to understand like exactly in the code where that is, exactly in the code, and then we need to just really, really drill down on that. That is what is absolutely key right now. Okay, so we're going to do that next time. I think. Look, we've made some okay gains here, but we need to actually get this. This is just so core to what we're doing. So I need to be absolutely across every single thing. I need to be immersed in this specific thing, and so that's what we'll jump into next time. Okay, thanks for joining in. Thanks for joining me on this one. I'll do some more shortly. Look forward to next time. Okay, thanks everyone.